Greetings Internet, DDA here, and welcome to another local game match. This time from the local we had last week at Portal Comics and Gaming. This is actually the final match between Dan and his non-bunker Yamcha and Kelly Dennis, who we have actually on stream with us today. How you doing, Kelly?
Hey, doing pretty well. How are you, Diddy?
I'm doing great. So this is your black Roshi deck, your beloved Roshi deck. Tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, so I think when Set 5 first came out, one of our local guys broke out with a red Roshi, and I'm more of a player that kind of learns and picks things up as I play, rather than seeing them on paper.
Wow, it looks like you're going to start out first there and enter combat. Do I see two pesky barrages in your hand?
Oh yeah, so the draw I had two Peskies and a Black Command, and I just felt obligated to enter right away.
Yeah, but looks like it's good on him for responding with the rescue there. But you do have 4 attacks coming at him, so I don't know if one block is going to help out.
Yeah, from what I learned from this game, I felt in hindsight pesky kind of goes against the tempo that I want to run the deck at.
It's a very aggressive card.
Yeah, and you'll see through this combat that it does cost a lot. If I'm going to be dropping 2 in one turn, it will cost a lot. So we're going to find out here if I can make efficient use of all 4 attacks.
It's always risky entering on Devious Mastery with a 3-card hand because it's very easy for them to really limit the options you have in combat.
Yeah, although, again, you'll see later, I did have a Black Command in hand, so I was not worried about the Mastery, honestly.
All right, so he's going to shoot off his power, hit for a good, really clean damage there, hitting Time as a Warrior's Tool.
And there goes my second pesky for, looks like the full 6. Early on, it looked like I was hitting a lot of his good cards. I hit a couple black power-ups and defensive burst, energy web.
Yeah, I actually didn't realize that pesky was removed from the game after use.
Yeah.
Probably fitting for a double energy, you know? So dropping Black Command for the Devious Mastery, gaining 2 anger. Can I sense that you're going to do the same? Oh, look!
Black Command.
Gaining 2 anger.
I did point out, I'm like, oh, look, that's pretty ironic.
So Black Command has to be probably one of the strongest cards in Roshi. Like, hands down.
Absolutely. It's the shuffling power. It can provide a type of stasis approach at level 1. It can burst you from level 2 to 3. So level 3, of course, it'll shuffle in and net 3 anger very quickly. And at this point, we had some confusion. I lost track of how many stages I had available throughout the turn, so we're kind of walking through the turn from a stage gain and stage damage perspective. So,
right, yeah, since he did 1 stage with his power, that gave you 6 stages, so enough for 3 peskies.
Yeah, in hindsight, I was a little, I jumped the gun a little bit with that first hand. I knew, okay, I have 4 attacks, I'm going to have to pay 8 stages to use all these. And he's a Black Mastery.
But you did come out really ahead, and Dan's gonna, recover here by dropping down 2 Black Declarations.
Yeah. So what did I draw here? I forget.
It's like, yeah, dropping down
one.
ball 1, and ball 2, but not really gonna help you right now.
No. So like, they kind of jump back to my deck profile. Sorry, I had some food in my throat. I couldn't finish my statement earlier, but so like, the overall idea behind the deck is to utilize the board to prevent damage and protect my life deck until I get to level 3, and then I just lock the game down. And I was particularly excited with Black Declaration and running a Dragon Ball deck, because that way I can bounce Dragon Balls in and out of play pretty easily, and then bring Declaration back into play with my power, among other unique abilities at the level 3 and level 2 power. So anyway, so that's the idea behind the deck, and as you can see, I've already got a bit of a Dragon Ball momentum going.
Yeah, I bet Dan is really happy that not only does he have that smoothness drill down, but he has 2 Black Declarations to answer to your balls. Pretty strong hand over there on Dan's side. Going to start out with the Black Scout Maneuver. Looks like he also has a Black Command and a Time as a Warrior's Tool in his hand.
This basically Yep. This
Going straight for the
basically,
commands.
yeah, this hurt me big time. It really did. And he was it was a very smart move on his part.
Yeah, absolutely. The best thing you can do against Black Roshi probably is to
Get rid
Black
of Black
Scout Maneuver
Command.
Black Command.
Yep. Because the moment I hit level 3, I can lock the game down very easily.
Yeah,
It
scoping your
did.
deck out, seeing what offensive things you have in there. After hitting him with 2 pesky barrages in the first combat, he wanted to make sure he wasn't getting into something that he couldn't handle.
Yep. I mean, there are people who run an aggressive Roshi deck. They'll run Peskies, they'll run
Black
the
Capture.
glass and chokes, Black Capture.
Yeah, that's your favorite card, man.
It is. I can't remember. It was over a week ago, but maybe it makes an appearance in this game. Oh, there we go.
Naming Confrontation with Swirl there. It doesn't look like he had one in his hand. Not sure if that was the best call because he would have opened with Confrontation if he had it in his hand.
So I think this is the turn where you see my misplay. So the reason I named Confrontation, I'll point that out if this turns out to be the turn where I made a particular misplay. But I wanted to make sure my hand was protected by any means. Yup, that's my misplay right there.
Shooting
So
off the
here,
pesky barrage for damage? Or no,
no,
stopping his power.
yeah. So it left me with a 1-card hand, and silly me, look what I discard.
Uh,
So the idea was I named Confrontation to protect that black power up in my hand. I had intended on him launching another attack, preventing it with black power up and end combat immediately. And here he hits me for at 6 or 7 life and then caps the ball for 3 more. So that really hurt. That really hurt.
yeah, you did get a lot of endurance there with the resistance, so that did help you out a little bit. But that 3-card mill and capping the ball 1 is really gonna hurt.
Yeah, and you're gonna see later on, not having Namek 1 in play on my side really hurt me. So that was unfortunately that was a key misplay, and I need to tighten up my live play.
Yeah, whenever someone talks to me about the weakness or like the strength of Heroic Assistance, like being a weak card, I always talk about Roshi immediately because it's
Oh my
just
god.
amazing in this deck.
Yes. Level 2, it'll generate an anger. Level 3 or level 1, you generate 3 cards back into your deck immediately. And then, of course, at level 3, you can cycle quite a few things, as you've seen me do before.
So Dan's actually going to jump up to level 2 there, which is probably a pretty good idea because he gets the anger lower ability when entering combat, and he's going to be able to put on a lot of pressure with his power, and he gets a little closer to the level 3 that will make his attacks unpreventable.
Yeah, unfortunately, the level 3 unpreventable piece, I was a bit oblivious to at first. Obviously, I haven't seen that many decks get up to level 3 when I see Yamcha.
Looks like we're about to be seeing it. Another black command over there on Dan's side. Both players setting up a really strong board. We got 3 declarations on board, 2 black power-ups on board, visiting, assistance, and 2 balls.
Okay, so what I draw here? Looks like I draw another
Wow.
ball.
Ball 4. That's going to really help out.
No, ball 3 first. That's
of course, you always ball 3 first. Come on now.
Yeah.
Don't make no rookie mistake.
I made a rookie mistake to combat prior.
Well, you shouldn't have named Confrontation with after he didn't open with it. Why would he open with Scout Maneuver if he had Confrontation in his hand?
Possibly the Beta Sphere.
I would rather Scout Maneuver. I mean, especially against Roshi for the command.
So the reason I made that play, I was more concerned with the state of my board rather than him ending combat. My deck does not need to be in combat to push my victory conditions, so I wasn't concerned about black power up.
Lots of balls over there on Kelly's side. He's got 4 balls. 5 balls are on the field right now. Really close to someone winning by Dragon Ball victory. So just both players setting up just a massive board. Where's the choke? Where's the choke? I want to see it. How many cards you got over there, Kelly?
So at the moment, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 are when entering. Oh, I'm just adding to it.
So and there's another ball. Got ball 7. Just really, Wow, lots and lots of balls hitting the field so early in the
It's a
game.
ball 5. Oh, ball 7 in my
Yeah,
hand.
you already dropped
So,
ball 7.
so here I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna play it here. I don't want to risk it being sitting out there.
Probably a good play considering he has your 1, especially since if he stole it, he would have his own protection for your 7.
Yep. So this is where I was saying not having ball 1 was hurting me. I have all these balls on the field, and with the momentum, I feel comfortable. I can go for the ball victory, but without ball 1, they're just kind of sitting out there at risk, and I felt comfortable taking that risk because
Now,
I have things on the.
granted, even if you would have been able to prevent the optic, he still would have gotten the ball 1 from you.
Oh well, no, because that turn, the correct play would have to been prevent the black blinding burst with power up and then end combat
Oh,
immediately.
I see what you're saying. So I guess
So
depending
here,
whether or not to enter combat here, he's got a rescue, a sphere. Wow, really strong hand there on Dan's side. Rescue sphere, overhead burst, black scout maneuver. Oh, is that another? That's a second rescue. So he has 2 rescues in hand.
yep,
So using the power of Roshi and showing why Roshi is a really just a strong Dragon Ball deck in general. Because not only
hmm
can you rearrange the top 10 cards to make sure you have good cards in combat while playing so many dead cards, but you
you
can
can
also
plan your
make
subsequent
sure you
hand.
can draw the Dragon Ball that you need.
Yep, and it does give you the opportunity if you expect to take a little bit of damage or you expect to take a little bit of mill, you can top deck that endurance or top deck those cards you don't feel that you need, like a wall breaker on a deck that doesn't need anger, and you know they're gonna hit you a little bit. Just get it out of your deck. Um, so it takes a. What did I grab there? Black energy web? No.
It looks like you're getting rid of all of his
Oh,
Peskies.
that's right. Yeah.
Now, granted here, again, you said you haven't played much Yamcha. Personally, I would have went straight for these styled energy attacks because his level 2 tutors them.
Oh, you point that out.
Sorry, man.
No, you point that out, and I didn't realize his level 2 was styled energies. And again, this comes from not playing Yamcha that often. This match was overall a very good learning opportunity.
So yeah, starting off with the assistance, and assistance is great just to put on lots of pressure, especially against control decks, because now Dan is going to at least get 2 actions without you being able to power up. So stripping you up, naming swipe, a good call, but only getting 1 swipe. He wants to strip you
Yep.
of your blocks so he can ensure his optics and other strong energy attacks like overhead burst are going to hit.
Yep. And I believe at this point I have 2 in hand, and he called me out on this. And I will say this was a very enjoyable game. It was the second time I've played Dan. I played him at the New Jersey ARG, and he just demolished me with a black crown draw.
Yeah, he's a
But
very strong player. He's been winning the local at Portal for a while now.
yeah, he's a very good player. It was a very fun match. It was a very good game.
So shooting off the overhead burst, kind of already knowing that it was gonna be stopped. I mean, only getting 1 swipe out of the deck.
Yeah. So if you watch this, one of my favorite things about this deck is getting up to level 2. And what do I have in hand? So I got to level 2. Why didn't I put Declaration into my hand? We'll see.
I think you're thinking about the smoothness drill right now because you do have to discard the smoothness drill.
Oh yeah, I think at this point I forgot. Yeah, one of us is gonna catch it in about a second.
Okay, so but you did bounce the declaration for the instant mastery, which is
Yeah,
wow, that's good.
yeah, and then right here, he had dropped 3 or 4 cards from his discard pile and his bash pile by accident. We're just clearing that mix up. I think right here is where either me or him he spots the smoothness drill still in play. But yeah, his level 2 balance and declaration is a very good combo. Yep, see, like we caught it right there.
Good job, Kelly. Good on there. Yeah, putting the ball 1 back into your deck. I mean, critical damage, not really easy for you to do with this deck.
Nope.
And
And again,
you actually said that you since then added more Dragon Ball control into this deck.
yes, this game taught me a lot. I talked to a lot of my local players a lot about the deck and the strategy, including a very recent new member of Team EV, uh, Wayne. I was talking to him.
You sound a little. I sense some salt there.
Wayne is a new member of Team EV, and he is a former, I guess, of whatever South Jersey group we want to call ourselves. But either way, I took some advice from him. In his words, losing is a great opportunity. You see weaknesses in your deck, you see flaws, you see strengths of your deck, and you learn how to play your deck better and better and better with every loss that you incur. Um, so again, this game was a great learning opportunity, and it showed me that I need more Dragon Ball control on the deck. So I can speak to that stuff a little bit later on. But here it looks like we're ending combat, and I'm
Really
showing him this.
surprised that Dan doesn't keep the spear over one rescue. Against a black control deck, I would immediately have kept that spear in my hand.
Yeah, possibly. Um, I forget what he was holding. And
Wow,
here,
two
and
swipes in declaration going on the top of Dragon Ball 7.
and it looks like this game is kind of gets rid of power of choke and resistance.
Yeah, well,
But
there goes one choke to the discard pile there now, but he does have
yep,
Visiting the Past in play, though.
I know that puts pressure on me. So watch what I do right here.
Oh, I'm going to watch intently now, Kelly.
I
Suspense
I
is building.
I'm looking at this, but the ball's on the field. I only had one play. Very risky, but there's
Would that one play be Swirl in your hand right now?
nope. But there's only one play I can make, or else he was gonna just obliterate me.
Oh, end combat end with power
Yep.
up. Always a great play to do. But he does have smooth
Yep.
material.
See, called
But
it.
I mean, it's still not a bad play for him to pull the choke into his hand.
It is not. It gives me the opportunity for him to waste a VTP and use his power to get another energy card out of his discard pile.
So it looks like I see at least one command that's going to go back into his deck, and obviously he's going to hold the choke in his hand. Looks like a
Yep.
rescue as well.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I had a swirl, but I had no blocks in my hand that turn. I couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, and he had a hand of attacks, so power up was definitely the right play there.
Yeah, and then right here you can see I have five. Is it five Dragon Balls? One, two. Yeah, 5 balls and one personality. So it got me under the 7 card threshold.
Oh wow! Look at
And
you thinking
he even
ahead.
he recognized the situation and he commented that it was the right play as well. There's a very high level of respect going on in this game.
Dan rocking the Jinx mat from League of Legends.
So I'm going to point out one thing. So I have my hand on the board. I'm very keen on the psychological aspect of the game, and I like keeping my hand down. It forces my opponent to actually go like
Absolutely, I
request
do
how
that
many
as
cards are
well.
on my hand.
Really
So
good
they,
here, Dan entering combat, dropping the assistance down again, putting loads of
yep,
pressure on him, getting 2 actions.
yep. I think this is a key combat this turn, extremely key. And then here, I believe I go for his energy attacks.
So,
Oh no, I
so
go for the
with
sphere.
you dropping the 7 down, he knows you at least have 2 energy blocks in your hand right now. However, if you do mastery the declaration in play, he could immediately respond with an unstoppable choke.
No, because I only have 6 in play. Oh well,
Yes,
true.
sir. Oh, what?
He's
He's
gonna
gonna
go for it
shoot off
first.
the choke. Okay, well, he did know you have Oh, there's the time. Oh, where's the sphere? See, he should have kept the sphere. I told you.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't concerned at the moment. And I think right here I put a declaration in place. I was waiting to bait that choke out before I did that. Yep.
Yep, shooting off the mastery with a little bit of safety behind it now, knowing that he used that choke in his hand. Looks like Dan
Mm-hmm.
has a foreshadow of black resistance, and there goes the rescue. I guess he's starting to realize that blocks really aren't helping him in this matchup.
Nope.
Does he have a second choke, actually? I think I might see a second choke
I
in his hand.
I think he does. This combat was pretty rough for me.
But you see, he should have did the choke instead of the mastery, I feel. He did shoot off his mastery to clear your hand. That was kind of a 50-50 shot there. He knew it was swipe because that's what you put on the top with your 7. I feel like he could have just did the choke. You would have been able to mastery the swipe, but you would have been able to stole his 7.
Yeah. I believe so at this point he's controlling my anger pretty well.
Yeah, it's very easy for Yamcha to do that. Both his level 1 and 2 lowers anger.
Yeah. It makes it a tough matchup. Honestly, it's not that bad, but once he scouted my commands, it made it very difficult to get the lockdown.
Yamcha's actually a very strong personality, and I knew he was strong when he was released, but Dan really showed me just how strong and versatile he is as a personality.
Okay, so I've got a declaration, looks like an overhead burst, and I can't make out the other card. Yep, declaration. I can't even see that card. I tend to move pretty quickly. Not.
So it looks like Dan's got an easy block, a swipe, another foreshadow in his hand.
Oh, this is the turn. Okay, so you'll see.
Yep, choke,
This
easy block, foreshadow, swipe, and then now overhead burst.
and I have.
Just pounding with the overhead burst. This should level him, I'm fairly certain, yes.
Yeah, he delayed on the leveling, which caused a bit of confusion. Oh, oh my god. He should have leveled first, lose the smoothness drill, and I should have powered on his powered up. Just looking at it now.
Draw from ball 3 first? Okay. Yeah. Well, I get the raise anger before.
Well, yeah, he raises, draws with his power, then the damage goes through, which would be 5 unpreventable. Then he would get the hit effect, then he would get a crit effect. That's how.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be 6 unpreventable with his mastery. So I'm not sure what's transpiring right now. But
Oh yeah.
going off.
Yeah, this certainly. Looking back on it, we both misplayed.
Oh, okay, because yeah, you use your level 2 power to prevent it. That's what you did.
No, but I think he still would have leveled because at this point
Yes,
we're talking
exactly.
about the anger
That's what I'm
game.
saying. Yeah, you couldn't have done that because he leveled to his 3.
Yeah, so as you can see, both of us misplayed.
Timing is important.
Yeah.
That's all right. Really, he's just trying to give you a little bit of wiggle room. I mean, he scouted your commands. Yeah, he knows he's got this game. Interesting choosing to block that. It was only going to do 2 and 1.
Okay, so I'm gonna point something out right here. So Roshi's tutor effect is an immediate effect. Don't ever block before that effect has been resolved.
Absolutely.
1. 2, I should have recognized that it's my inexperience playing live with set 5. Here, I'm going to grab a playful punch. Terrible idea. That card is useless in my hand now.
Yeah, he just easy blocked.
I know. And again, it's my inexperience playing live with set 5.
I don't understand how playing online makes like easy block not like be realized by you. Like how is that like I don't know.
No, people will agree. There is a difference between playing live and playing online
Yeah,
in
I
terms
feel like
of
playing
focus.
live is much easier.
No, I think playing live, there's a different element of focus that I feel just internally driven to maintain. If I'm playing online, I'm doing a million other different things on the computer while I'm playing. If I'm playing live in a game, it's the only thing I'm focused on.
So I think, does Dan have actually 2 chokes in his hand right now?
Yeah, I believe it does.
Wow.
This is the combat that kind of brings the game back to
Yeah,
a
so
level playing field.
Dan's gonna shoot off his level 3 power, level 3 Yamcha just crazy strong, getting 2 card draws and then unpreventable damage and reduction on your stage costs. Every personality in the game is really defined by their level 3, I feel. Most personalities in the game are defined by their level 3.
Yep.
Yamcha is no exception.
Yamcha, Cell, Raditz.
maybe not Raditz,
Forgot about that.
but I mean Goku, definitely. Um, you know, Roshi, Yamcha, like you said, Cell, Vegeta.
No, it's not. Never mind. He's right. That's only. Go 7. I'll take ball 6. Yep. It doesn't do a stage.
So critting with choke here, taking the ball 6, just trying to push more damage. Also, you know, he has setups in play and you don't, so let's save the ball 4.
Yep, here's the second choke. At this point, I was pretty frustrated, but overall, it was a very relaxed and fun match. So I wasn't getting very upset, and the game was still relatively even.
And I'll take ball 4.
So really swinging the game here with those ball captures. You know, you declarationed a bunch of balls back into your deck, so you just lost all possibility of Dragon Ball victory at this point.
Yep. And this is where I learned I need more Dragon Ball control in my deck.
Shooting off Playful Punch, lowering anger for a clean 4 life cards, getting 2 cards off that. Foreshadowing should be good for 4 or 5 mil here.
Yep.
Good 4 mil.
This game's a learning opportunity. Always is.
I pass. I pass as well.
Losing with style, right?
Ball 7, my saving grace, man.
So what do I got there? Power up?
Power up.
Ball 5?
Oh,
Ball
geez.
7.
And ball 7 again. You only got 3 cards in your life deck.
Yep. This turned out to be very
Looks like Dan has 16 left, yeah.
This turned out to be very decisive. So in my hand at the moment, I have 2 black knee catches. And what I don't realize, he has a Yamcha's assistance in hand, which I'm oblivious to, obviously. So
He has 2 ways to end combat right now.
yes.
Black Power Up being one of the strongest cards late game. If you have a card advantage over your opponent, you can just end combat to do 3 cards of damage.
Yep. So here I'm going to go for the mill to win. He has 16. He has, I believe, 5 cards in bash pile, the mill 5. So at 16, he'll go down to 13 with the mill.
10
And
with
then if I enter, he'll go down to 10. If I foreshadow, he'll go down to 5. And this is what I'm contemplating. What is most efficient? Do I enter combat and end combat to make him mill 3, draw 3, and then draw another 3? Or do I pass, allow him to enter combat, and then end immediately? Because at the moment, after ball 7, I'll have 6 cards left.
I feel like your only option is to pass because he's going to end combat. So you just kind of have to take that and then possibly push damage next turn by entering on him and then getting him down to 3 cards.
Yeah, and that's the decision that was going through my head. So ultimately, I did end up passing. So I needed to get that rejuve to continue.
Yeah, if you were level 3 right now, this would be a really different game because you would be milling him while rejuving.
Yeah, so honestly, in the end, this matchup, it's a race to level 3 because both level 3s are phenomenal.
Right, and that's where the problem of Yamcha being able to dodge combat actually better than Roshi, way better than Roshi, and then having also anger lowering abilities on his 1 and 2.
Yes. Although Roshi's level 3, it really is a high potential for lockdown.
Absolutely. Anything that gets setups in play, like setups are some of the most powerful cards in game. And,
yeah. So for example, here's a silly combo. And as you can see, I'm mulling every situation here, so I'm taking some time. If I have 1 black power up in play and 1 on my disco pile, you're never getting into combat ever. I'm just gonna keep entering, ending, and then popping black power up back out.
Or another way of using the 3 is you can actually use just 7 as a win condition, just by continuously popping Declaration in play and shuffling it back into your life deck.
Yep, and that's exactly why I built the deck. I love the appeal of level 3 and Black Declaration and balancing that ball. It's something I did very often with my Raditz deck back in set 3. And here I put time back in my discard pile to pull another card.
Classic
Technically,
Dennis move here. Really done over and over and over again by the Dennis Bros. Rechoosing cards. Next tournament that I'm judging, I will not be allowing this.
For the record, I did check with him. Hey, I want to pick another card. Do you mind? So, and typically, I would expect most players to really not mind. At this point, unless you're in a Namekian deck and you have no discard pile, except for a few cards, it will make a difference. But at this point in the game, it doesn't make no difference. Unless I mean, it is a black deck. If a card is close to the bottom two, it will make a difference. But it's in the middle of my discard pile. It didn't matter. All right, 6 left, and here I'm gonna decide to pass.
You're hoping that you'll decide.
Clearly, it's a close game, and
I mean, but who's counting really? Because we all know that you should be you should be dead right now with that 5 cards from overhead first. Just saying.
Hey,
Folks at home, if you're counting.
Hey, he misplayed. I failed to see it, and he failed to see it as well. That's on both of us. And you can see, I when I get deep in thought, I'm pretty passionate when it gets down to this type of decision. Most of my games are very grindy, so this scenario I love. I do, yeah. Black Rats all through set 3. I would say the Black Broku wasn't a very grindy deck. I played that through set 4, but with set 5, I feel like I'm back with this Black Devious grindy Roshi deck. And I'm particularly proud of it because this deck can easily beat Namekian Knowledge, which is the bane of my existence in this game.
Who plays Knowledge anymore, really?
Some people do, and you have no idea how happy it makes me to beat that deck.
Well, Piccolo still plays Knowledge.
Yeah, of course.
I've never seen a single card play take this long. Actually, good on you for breaking records over there. I should have pulled out a stopwatch for this.
Yeah.
Okay, so card play is taking like about maybe 5 minutes.
Hey, so the difference between my brother and I, he takes this long with every move, and you know it. I would consider myself a very decisive and quick player, but in a situation like this, I take my time.
My favorite was when I went on Retro forum and I saw, I think it was a Graham Ford post. He was like, "Sorry, Kevin Lettuce, that I just closed the Octagon game like that, but that match was an hour and a half long, and I'm tired." I'm like, oh, jeez.
Classic Kevin Dennis. He takes a very, very, very long time. I'm his twin, and I can no longer play him online. I just can't do it.
All right, so finally passing and rejuving there. Dropping down VTP and assistance with the 2-card hand.
Yep, it's absurd.
No real reason not to enter at this point. He can VTP with no fault to him. Do an attack and end combat.
What he's going to do right here is going to enter VTP for a Confro, and then assistance right away. Protect anything that I can do with the double pass back to back.
So he's actually grabbing the rescue there.
Oh no! Okay,
he has confrontation in hand.
Yes, he did draw to a Confro, or he drew it with assistance right here.
Yeah, so he has confrontation, black energy.
Oh, he did draw it. That bastard.
No, he had confrontation in hand. He drew swirl. No, yeah, he had confrontation in hand when he entered. So he's actually going to get rid of your only energy block, and then you have swirl, a physical block, and a foreshadow.
I'm going to point out right here. Clearly, I was not aware of the lack of prevention on level 3. So this is where I lose the game right here with the black energy web.
Oh yeah, well I mean you can't really do anything to stop it.
Look, see, I'm trying to do my level 2. And you can see I'm realizing it. I'm like,
what does this card do? What do you mean it shuts off my level 1 and level 2?
And I think you're on the other side of the room. I asked, Diddy, can I still attempt to use my power? But in the end, it doesn't matter because I don't have 7 cards to do.
You can always attempt to block anything.
And
You have to match the card.
And I'm gonna try and use endurance here. I'm like, oh damn. Well, this sucks. Game over. Good game.
Yeah, great game there. Yamcha almost being a hard counter to Roshi there. You know, with the anger lowering, the pressure with damage and control of combat, much better than Roshi can. Wow, I'd be actually surprised to see if Roshi deck could consistently beat at least Black Yamcha. Probably Black Roshi could definitely beat Blue Yamcha, but Black Yamcha is a different
I think
beast.
so. It is. Black Yamcha is very similar to Krillin. However, without expert assistance, it's a significantly weaker deck, to be honest. That
Well,
card.
It's a good thing he does have expert assistance.
Yeah, that card.
That card is one of the best cards in the game.
Yes, it's way up there. I'll say this: Black Yamcha, very good. If the meta dictates that there's less Krillin, there will absolutely be more Yamcha.
Yeah. So good game to both players. Thank you, Kelly, for popping in to play in my local and making it to the finals. And thanks for joining me today.